Today, I'm going to be explaining why you should have bought Ethereum at the 3-wedge bottom that I was explaining for weeks and weeks and weeks, and how I'm up over 50% on my trade. Thanks for tuning into this video. I hope you guys have been following along what I've been putting out in the last few videos, because it's been extremely valuable. It's been a very profitable long from Ethereum after I noticed this 3-wedge bottom after a very long push down. We made a very clear pattern that we were going to move higher, and I bought some Ethereum unleveraged and have just ridden the wave higher. I then explained that the $1,800 level is going to be a perfect place to sell, and this is where I'm going to be holding my Ethereum to, and why I hope you also have your Ethereum and are holding it to this perfect level, which I then am going to ride down as a short. I really hope you've been paying attention. Technical analysis plays the biggest part in crypto. There's not so much CEOs that affect the price, and all these other variables got to do with fundamental analysis. It very much follows the technical analysis style that I like to trade. Now let's get into the chart and explain what's going on. On the 4-hour chart, as I've been explaining, we had this clear 3-push wedge. 1, 2, 3. After we get that, we usually expect a 1-2 pattern push. So you could even say that this has been our 1 and this is our 2, but that was what was expected. And I was actually explaining this over a month ago, back here on the 20th of June, all through here. Even I made a video just before this massive spike, and I was explaining that I'm very long. We get a 3-push wedge and a very common 2-push higher strategy. Right now you can see that we're riding this EMA very strongly, and that's why I do not think that the short has come yet, and it's going to come up here once we reach the apex of our symmetrical triangle. Not a perfectly drawn pattern right now, but this is our symmetrical triangle, and you can see how the pattern is drawn. The apex of the triangle is here, and we extend that out. That actually gives us a perfect level to sell at, because the symmetrical triangle pattern, all this area through here has not been tested yet, and is a perfect level to be tested as we just spike. All this area needs to be refilled, as there's plenty of orders through there, and institutions are going to push the price higher. This is why I've been saying for over a month that this is my place that I'm going to buy. I actually bought down here in this candle here, unleveraged. It was 970-ish area. And look, we rode down even further to the 880. That's why I bought unleveraged. So unleveraged position, if I bought it a 10x leverage position, I would have got liquidated. That's why I held for my 1x. I'm not looking to make $1 million off of $5,000. The goal here is to get a good 50 to 75% return. And that's what we've been able to do. Down here from the 75 all the way up, that's a 69% profit, even if we're looking to sell now as we're riding the wave downwards. But I don't think that's the case, and I do think we're going to come back to this apex triangle. Once this price is filled in, very common strategy on all time frames is then to ride the wave down, and we're going to come back and actually potentially make another low. I'm actually thinking that going back into the 4-year strategy, that the 4-year strategy coincides with the low actually coming in here in December. So that actually shows that there's plenty of time right here to actually push up, get above this EMA, ride sideways, and then come back down. And that's the exact strategy that I'm going to be playing. And I hope you follow along and actually see how I'm playing it. And it will show you that it's very profitable, and it's a high probability strategy that I'm trying to show everybody, although it is and can be hard to actually understand. Now let's go into a shorter time frame, the 30-minute, and I'll explain to you some of the trades I've actually been taking in the past. Now, just going back here, this was the trade that I took last week. I actually came in here. Do we have the MACD in here? We have the MACD in here. So what I noticed here with the MACD is that we made an extremely lower low compared to all these prices for over a week. Look, we made lower. Look, this histogram low just beats out all these lows for a long time. So it told me straight away there that I need to look for a short reason being is there's a lot of histogram momentum to the downside. So the pressure to sell is, the pressure is being to the sell side. Now, once I saw in here, we got this three push, 1, 2, 3. We got a rejection, and that's actually when I took my short. So I got my entry, this 1, 2, 3. Then I got in on this bar, this 127. That was my entry, and I wrote it down just above this little bar as I was thinking that's going to be the perfect place to sell and a place for stops. And it even just came just slightly lower before we turned up. And that was an actually beautiful, beautiful trade. On the weekend, didn't take any trades, missed out on a lot of this action where we actually came in this morning and we had a massive spike down. Long term, I'm definitely expecting this spike upwards, but we need to see what's happening here is we're actually trending. Which way are we trending? We're slowly trending to the upside. As you can see, the lows are getting higher. We're getting a low there. We've got a low here. Low here. We've got a higher low. We've got a higher low, and we've got a higher low. So you can see we're actually slowly trending to the upside. Now let's look at the highs. We got a high. Then we got a lower high, then we got a higher high, and then we even got a higher high. So again, as much as we did get one lower high in here, we are again trending to the upside. And as you can see, it's just a perfect little, basically a nice little ascending channel there. So we are pushing to the upside, so that's why I'm watching. We definitely easily here, as much as this was very, very quick, you can just come along here, have a little bounce, and then literally just spike straight back up to this area for an easy 8% trade. But again, I am looking for that longer term trade up to the 1800 level. And even on the daily, let's just quickly flip over to the daily. It does look a lot more exciting. Once we come here and we see this, we've had an extremely bullish push to the upside. Once we've had that, now we're moving sideways. And once we move sideways, we will make our final push to the upside. Very clear pattern. Happens on the 5-minute, happens on the 30-minute, happens on the daily. And it's just the more you trade, the more you'll see these patterns. I love trading on the 5 and 30-minute because all of these patterns play out. But the thing is over probably a 3 months, you'll see all of these patterns and you'll see them many, many, many times over, and you'll be able to see probabilities, what's playing out, how's it playing out. I see this strategy so often on the 5-minute chart where we get a real big push up in one direction. We go sideways, slightly up, slightly down, slightly up, slightly down, slightly up, slightly down, but we're staying in this square channel and we stay within this price range. And then what happens is we follow the direction of the last trend. And what was this last trend? Was a nice solid push to the upside. Once we get that nice solid push to the upside and we move sideways, it's showing that people are trying to push it down and the bulls keep coming. They keep collecting their buys, keep collecting. Yeah, sell into me. I'll keep buying. And then they just sit there for a few days. Let everyone sell into them. And then all of a sudden, spike up, come up to this apex, and then we'll definitely spike down. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've got a lot out of it. I've been explaining all of this in my previous videos, and I'll keep explaining it in the future. Hope you've enjoyed. Check out the description to sign up with Bybit, the best crypto exchange, and check out my course on all of these strategies. Have a good day.